Greetings and salutations, folks. My name's Nick, and welcome back to Alan Wake 2, where last time we finally got Saga's shotgun. It took so long to get it, but now we have it. The next thing for us to do, plot-wise, is to go to the police station, find Alan, because Saga still is under the mistaken belief that the Alan that she is seeing in the overlap is the past version of Alan. She does not realize that it is Mr. Scratch in Alan's body. My theory of what's going to happen is, what's probably going to happen is, Saga goes to Alan, talks to Alan, but he has no memory of talking to her in the overlap. And thus, she realizes, wait a second. Maybe this isn't the Alan I was thinking. Now, I want to say we've completed out a couple of these one of these nursery rhymes here. But that's what we're going to focus on for now before moving on to the police station. We're also going to try out the shotgun. We have so many bullets for it. Like, it almost feels like we're a little overpowered because of that. Because it took me so long to get the shotgun involved in my life. We're going to stay out of the safety of the light, just in case we need it later. I think we already picked that up. And we're also going to stop by the rental cabins because we can actually open up the door to them now. In the meantime, there is a nursery rhyme over here. Let us see if it is one we actually completed or left behind. 1 bird for light, 2 for darkness, 3 birds for fight, 4 for struggle, 5 birds for injuries, 6 for misery, 7 for the ending, whatever that may be. What? But I think I only have, like, one bird totem, and I think I may have left it inside the Witchfinder's station. So cutting to that. Actually, let's just open this first and then cut to something else. Now that we can open this using the screwdriver. Excellent. Cutting to the next thing. Oh, I guess I didn't leave the birds behind here. Alright, next thing. I didn't bother actually looking at this, so the lock didn't get attached to the map. Ooh. A big health kit. Fantastic. Next thing. That's where I put the crow doll. A mother crow sits in her nest, guarding her babies, doing her best to protect her from the beast coming home, but only a hero brave of heart can keep the two apart. Do we have a hero doll? Yes, we do. Do we have a beast doll? We have a wolf. We have a monster. We have a crow.
That's it.
There we go. Now what has changed? Like, this part of the... is always a little confusing. Like, where am I supposed to search for the change? Well, let's save our game. Just in case the change kills us. In theory, bad guys will have spawned. I hear one. But I do not see any. There's the light. Like, I feel like the actual spawning point of whatever you're trying to... revitalize is even more ambiguous than the nursery rhyme itself. Oh, there we go.
Another charm for my bracelet.
Nope, I got stuck in a rock. Oh, that is so nice. Where am I being attacked from? I see you. Now you're way down there. Well, let's back off to safety and take a look at what this new charm is. Increases hand flare's duration and area of effect. Neat. Goes right in the box. And you can also go right in the box. I'll grab actually one of you. And then let's save our game, and then actually take a look at that previous one. Previous nursery rhyme. Back here. Especially if that other guy doesn't bother following me, which he seems to have kind of run off to do his own thing. Which, you know, that's fine. Who am I to tell the Taken what they're supposed to be doing with their lives? Okay. 1 bird for light, 2 for darkness. There's no image for darkness. There is...
Right.
That's it. That is literally it.
Another
Wow.
charm. Good thing Logan made me this bracelet.
That is less than I was expecting. Attacks stagger enemies more often. That doesn't sound that bad. In fact, it would have been nice to have a long time ago, which I probably could have had a long time ago, along with the shotgun, if I didn't overthink the entire puzzle. Oh, did I pick up the crow doll? Yes. And realize all I had to do was place one object down. I am my own worst villain. I realize this. Next thing. Hello. Oh, you're still alive, sir. There we go. Oh, that's very rude of you. Well, now that he's moved away, next thing. Oh, that is a very, very delayed achievement. Unless it's related to the guy that spawned, like solving the nursery rhyme achievement doesn't activate when you solve the achievement, but rather when you defeat the enemies that are spawned by the achievement. And technically, I did not defeat the runner as much as I ran away from the runner. To the point that he despawned, probably. I'm not going to go back and check. Okay, next thing. Alright, we have returned to the rental cabins, which we could not explore before. But now we can. I feel like Control is still more of an open world game than Alan Wake 2. But this still has a little bit of an openness to it. Day 1. Where does it say day 1? It clearly says day 2 way over there. Day 1. Some weird... Yeah, it says day 2 on the art, but day 1 in the text. Day 1. Some weird animal tried to break into our clubhouse. It was scary. Max hit it off a big stick and it ran away. I think it was a squirrel before. Day 3. Our candy stash has gone missing. Maybe it was the squirrel. Day 6. Max found candy wrappers in the woods. There was some big poops there. It wasn't the squirrel. Day 7. Max has gone missing. Beware the wicked witch rules. 1 person is the wicked witch. 2, everyone else has to run and hide. When the witch says, beware me, everybody has to change places. If you go to someone else's hiding place, you can tag them to kill them. Don't get tagged and killed. If the wicked witch finds you, you're dead. If you find the witch's lair, she is caught. Burn the witch. That is a lot of extra steps to tag. Like, so many extra steps. Also, tag is a little bit of an... Not necessarily tag, hide and seek. That's a lot of extra steps to hide and seek. Hide and seek is a little bit of an odd children's game, as it essentially endorses children to just disappear? Ooh, a manuscript.
Animals stayed away from the water's edge as if to avoid some unseen submerged predator waiting just below the dark surface. They never drank the water from the lake. Birds flew around it, never over. Darkness flowed from Cauldron Lake. Gaze in the black mirror of the lake, you'd see it all around you, and you'd understand. It was already out, already where you were. It was already too late. Cauldron Lake used to be alive with people. Beautiful forests, hiking trails leading to stunning vistas. Then the government put up a fence, kept the people out. Volcanic gas, they said. They didn't want anyone knowing the truth. The lake wasn't a lake at all. The dark water,
It was an ocean.
to hide the hungry, bottomless ocean below. A fence couldn't stop the flood that was coming. Nothing could. The return of the nightmare rising from the depths.
This is a quaint little cabin in the woods.
Another cult stash?
Window. Tornado? Castle. Bridge. Cave. Tower. Skeleton tree. Does this require a key? Yes. Did you get all that? Just the way everybody like crashes through doors in this game is sometimes a bit much. I've mentioned that before, especially when you have like other characters around them.
Can't be opened on this side.
That's number 2. Can I open door number 3? I can. Is that what it's referring to? Is, hold on. Let's actually go back real quick, because I think I figured it out. So, castle number 3, tree number 2. Are these referring to the rental cabins? So when I go through rental cabin number 3, I can then go into the yard of rental cabin number 2 and find the tree behind it. I question how good the Wi-Fi is out here. It's probably awful. Oh. Aha.
Another Alex Casey lunchbox?
Oh, I should probably check my weapon upgrades. His hair was longer than I remembered, blowing gently in the cool night breeze. I put my hand on his cheek to confirm that he was indeed real. And he was real, feeling his handsome beard, wild but neatly trimmed beneath my fingers, proved it. "You're back," I breathed. "Yes, I'm back." I wasn't cold any longer. But yeah. Increases reload speed. Solid. Deals increased damage to enemies that are stunned, blinded, or knocked down. Kill an enemy to restore health. The amount of restored health depends on the strength of the enemy. That sounds really good. Consecutive successful hits will significantly reduce the time between shots. Stand still to enter an improved focus mode. This mode grants perfect accuracy, pulls shots towards enemy weak spots, and deals increased damage. I already mostly stand still while shooting bad guys. Bullets penetrate the enemy's darkness shield. Let's see, I have 27 manuscript scraps. 18. I have to choose one or the other.
The report of the shotgun rang in the air. The enemy fell. Saga felt a surge of new energy. She'd been dead tired before, but was ready for more now. She would get through this. She continued on.
I feel like you would have to have New Game Plus mode on in order to actually unlock everything. Okay. Is this a reminder of what the hell I'm doing? Oh, there we go. Go out number 3, under the bridge, which in this case was the fallen tree. That's blocked. Okay, that's fine. This person wasn't even able to start packing. They just got the suitcase open. That is probably my destination, if I had to guess.
More of those rhymes.
Birds. Watching like in that movie, but protective, not attacking. Mythical inspiration, guardian spirits, Norse mythology, or ancient Egyptian. Corvus Corax from the family Corvidae. Research, symbolism, and uses. Elements. Stalking monster. Watchful birds. Stakes can't be too high for both risk management and fruitful outcomes. Make sure the rhyming is looser this time. Need to test this approach for possibly more ambiguous interpretational results. Like, how do they create universal consciousness? Our hero, courageous and true, stalked by the monster hatching through. The clever crows caw their warning. And keep an eye on the battle forming. When the fight is done and over, the hero and the crows reap the rewards left for her.
Yes.
Nice. Good job, me. Now, where does the thing... Oh, hello. All too easy. All right.
A charm.
And what does that do? Saves you from death, but shatters in the process. All right, another one of those. All right, another charm acquired. Actually, let's, aside from searching this...
On greener pastures now.
Bright Falls Bookstore Raffle Bonanza. Anyone looking for a gift for the reader in their life would do well to visit the Bright Falls Bookstore this weekend. In an effort to clear out the stock room, Bright Falls Bookstore is raffling off hundreds of old books and collections, including many signed copies and items considered collector's editions. All proceeds will go towards renovating the bookstore and charitable donations to student literacy programs. Tickets for the raffle will be on sale from 9 a.m. on Saturday until 6 p.m. the following day, with drawing taking place Monday morning. Is your email hacker-proof? To many people, hackers are the stuff of Hollywood movies and TV shows. Dark criminals committing cyber crimes in action movies. But to many people around the world, hackers are a very real threat. Cybercrime experts warn that phishing attempts are on the rise and show little signs of stopping. What is phishing, you may ask yourself? Phishing is when someone poses a fake email address in order to trick the recipient into sharing their personal information which could then be used to access bank accounts or other personal databases. Even the most professional-looking emails or text messages can be faked, experts warn, so people are encouraged to always act with caution when sharing information on the net. All it takes is one mistake, and your information can be out there forever. Cauldron Lake closed. The majority of the scenic and beloved Cauldron Lake area was fenced off and access is restricted as a government agency takes over. Tuesday. The unthinkable happened over the weekend as local tourist destination and beloved fishing spot, Cauldron Lake, was cordoned off by government officials citing seismic disturbances in the area. The Federal Bureau of Control has limited access for the foreseeable future. When asked about the efforts... Wow, hold on. When asked about the efforts this closure will have on the region as a tourist destination, the FBC spokesperson expressed profound regret on the impact this may or may not have on the local economy. This comes as a shock to locals who have enjoyed campground and fishing access around the lake for generations. When interviewing residents around town to get a feel for the reception, it was clear that tensions were running high. "This is an absolute outrage," said Kathy Waller, lifelong Bright Falls resident and volcanologist. "There has been no documented volcanic activity in this region for millennia." Hold on. Didn't they... Wasn't, like, didn't, the island, the house that Thomas Zane built on Cauldron Lake, didn't that sink into Cauldron Lake because of volcanic activity? Or was it just the darkness? I don't know. The only seismic activity going on down there is when the Coskellas take their 4x4s for a joyride on the hiking paths. "I just bought a season camp pass," said Ed Randall, a Watery native. I sure hope these feds reimburse me my $350, but I'm not holding my breath. In addition to the inconvenience and anger locals are feeling, there is concern as to what this means for the future. Joe and Cindy just put all their savings into that convenience store for the campground. What happens to them? What happens to all the businesses around here that rely on out-of-towners? People are scared and they want answers. I mean, really, what you should be doing is moving.
Can't forget the dolls.
Yeah.
Might need them again.
Thank you, Saga. I almost forgot the dolls. Like, they should... Like, the FBC should have... Like, convinced the entire town to move. Is there nothing back here? Simply because, like, their living here puts themselves at risk. Now, is there a key inside this hut? Or did I read that incorrectly? It's fine. Somebody must have left their jalopy behind. It's okay. All right, let's go take a look at that map once more. Remind ourselves of our objective. So past the tower and the skeleton to the big tree number 2. Like, I'm assuming that's the tower. Hello. I'm sure they're fine down there, those bad guys. We don't really need what's inside that stash, right? Right. Let's go back to town to see if I could actually pick up that inventory upgrade. And then head off to Watery. So cutting to the next thing. Actually, what we're going to do next is we're going to go back to the ranger cabin because I didn't realize that I could just use the screwdriver to get into the ranger cabin. Like, I keep assuming I need a key to get into these places. We're probably not going to worry about whoever that is. Oh yeah, I think they spawned because of the charm. And then I just left. Also, they kind of just disappeared too, so you know what? Disappearing goes both ways in regards to that fella. Alright, let's give this another chance. Like, I think that what essentially helped me get especially confused about those locks is that it doesn't automatically select the tool you need if you have it. So I just assumed because it didn't automatically select it, I didn't have it. Test sites in Bright Falls. 1 in Ranger Station, 2 in Bunker Woods, 1 in the boatyard. Manning your stations. It has come to my attention that both of you have left your posts on several occasions while on duty to gallivant around town on personal business. This is unacceptable. You are under strict FBC protocols regarding covertness and confidentiality. And as your supervisor, I'm responsible for your conduct at all times. If you find the work boring, too bad. You are to fulfill your roles and duties as I see fit and as the project requires. I'm changing your posts. I'll be overseeing the watery area as it now has the most test sites to cover. The ranger cabin there will be my base of operations. Vega, you are moving to Cauldron Lake's Witchfinder Station. Michaels, you are staying in Brightfall Station. I don't want to hear any excuses, but I do need you to acknowledge these orders. Dr. Campbell, acknowledged and understood. That goes for the both of us, Michaels and me. It really was not gallivanting as you put it, though, as I was attacked by some rabid animal out there in the woods, and Michaels helped me get medical attention in town. You should know all that if you read your messages, of course. In any case, orders received. What a jerk. Wasting precious company time getting medical attention for their wounds. Can't even believe it.
Oh, another rhyme.
A child needs their mother to keep them safe, and a home is their hiding place. Because outside the monsters roam and chase. When they ring your doorbell, don't yell. Okay, the rhyme scheme needs a lot of work. Don't tell them to go away. Give them treats and pray they won't rock your house down to the ground. Okay, that looks pretty straightforward, but I'm going to go upstairs first to explore. Pet this deer.
They're all so soft and sad.
What year does Alan Wake take place in? Or should I say, what year does this take place? Because you always see all these outdated computers. Where was the rhyme? Let's see. Child needs mother at home. Because outside is where the monsters roam.
Ugh. That's not right. Think, Saga. Nope.
Never mind. This isn't quite that easy. But child needs their mother to keep them safe. So is it the mother goes there, and then the monster goes?
Keep trying. No. Nah.
I mean, thank you for telling me that I'm doing it wrong.
Doesn't look right. Doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
Ugh.
Like, what counts as outside? What does the I mean? What does the candy mean?
Doesn't look right. Think, Saga. No. doesn't make sense.
Give them treats and prey.
That's not right. Keep trying. Nope.
Oh. Hello. How are you? Um. Oh. They used the bathroom and then went to bed. That's safe.
I can use this charm on my bracelet.
Yeah, saves you from death, but shatters in the process. All right, off to Watery then.
Another cult box.
Oh, hold on. We got one of these things. This is nice and easy. Excellent. Fear the dark. Fear the woods. And actually, since we're here, let's see if we can unlock... There should be a lock somewhere. Is it inside the hotel? If we see it, we'll cut to it. If we don't, off to Watery. All right, we've got quite a few things to do around these parts. I guess let's get started by heading down the path that took us to Coffee World in the first place.
I hear some concerning things over from Bright Fall.
Oh yeah, I passed this by because I realized it had a lock on it and I did not have access. Ah, that's okay. There's a shoebox right inside that building. I did not consider the fact that I was still carrying the giant first aid kit and multiple charms that I'm not even using. And first aid supply. There we go. Let's save our game. Go back, pick up that flare, which was that away. Okay. Yeah. Hello. Which way was that away? Okay. Do we need to worry about them? I don't think so. But let us take a right and see if we could solve this nursery rhyme. Down yonder. Oh, and there's a light as well. Just in case I need to run away from bad guys. There we go. Three little deers ventured to roam and found a nice place to eat and play. One little deer never came home, and two of the deers cried all day. Do I have a deer doll?
Doesn't look right.
Yeah, I think that I just need the one.
Nope. That's not right. Sure.
You know, I appreciate that even Saga is like, yeah, I guess that works. I suppose that makes sense. And once again, where does my trinket appear? Ah! I'm always incredibly annoyed by these wolves. They are such a pain in the ass to fight. Oh. That's convenient, though. There we go. Take that, jerk. Let's see, what does this actually do? Increases resilience against being staggered or interrupted.
I'm getting quite the charm collection.
Yeah, definitely, the charm definitely seems to activate, or should I say the game recognizes you as acquiring the charm after you defeat the bad guys, not by the acquisition of the charm. Okay, next thing. So I've already tried approaching this cabin before. And then when I did, I had to fight off some wolves, who, as always, were annoying. But now I have a screwdriver. Which I would imagine this is one of the... Ooh. Crossbow bolts. One of the FPC stations. Oh, no.
Hi there, little friend.
Yeah, shotgun shells. See, now I can actually be happy and excited about getting shotgun shells because I can actually use them. Experiment BF-NR-23, codename Beauty and the Beast. Creating the perfect environment for each test case has become the crux of my study. However, I'm certain that setting the stage in a sufficiently convincing manner will make the fiction come into existence. I am now going to use propping in the way a set designer of a feature film would, making the cabin seem like the actual house of the characters depicted in the rhyme, with small personal touches and realistic items in addition to the few key items, such as the drawings, dolls, and personal letters used so far. The early results have been promising but incomplete. I will continue with the propping in a controlled manner until it reaches a functional state. It is crucial to gain traction with this. The dimensional opening I'm attempting to manifest in this very location will be groundbreaking achievement worthy of my genius. I'm messing with things that I should not be messing with, but I am so focused on myself. What story was he trying to tell? The tale of a woman who fell in love with a bear? Also, I think that's the last of the dolls. That was Cauldron Lake. Maiden doll. Field notes. What are they? Who made them? It was the FBC trying to figure out how they could exploit the power of the lake. Let's see, that's in Watery. That's in Bright Falls. In Bright Falls again. And a note about the rhymes. Stash. Was that probably in Bright Falls? Yeah. And I cannot do anything with that. Okay. I did not see any nursery rhymes in this area. Oh, nope, it's behind the house. A young woman, eager and smart, ventured into the woods, the beast's lair. The king of the forest stole her heart, and together they live without a care. So that was Bear and Maiden?
No.
Woods? Please don't tell me I have to fight a bear. I don't think I'm gonna have to fight a bear, which is good. I would barely be able to handle it.
I'm gonna need a bigger charm bracelet.
Increases damage dealt while undetected by enemies. No, what's gonna happen is you're gonna end up like the characters in Jennifer Aniston, where she works in the movie Office Space, you're just going to walk in with a vest covered in flare. That's what's going to happen. Okay, next thing. Oh, hello.
Living in the woods. Lurking. Knives. The town was raining.
All right, now I can go through this fence as I have the bolt cutters. And this area promises to have a cult stash. Not an occult stash. That would be a completely different kind of stat. Oh my gosh. Where did you come from?
Fox.
Oh.
Where'd it go?
Nope, nope. Can you do any of the things that I'm asking you to do, but faster? Like reload, please. Thank you. Okay, going here was not worth it. I'm just going to load my previous save. Alright, so what was this puzzle? The old fisherman had great luck. His catch at sea was beyond belief. Do I have a fisherman? I have a wise elder doll. But the hungry guest found relief in the fisherman's bountiful truck. Would that be a wolf?
Keep trying. Nah. Doesn't make sense. Ugh.
Would that be bear?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, damn.
That's a lot of dead fish.
Dug in.
Oh, hello. Where did you come from? No? Oh, hello.
Too fast to see!
Aha! Finally! I finally did that. So where is... Oh, there it is. Coffee World Token Charm increases quality and quantity of resources found.
Would it be enough?
Oh, okay, you're still here. Add a check. Next thing. Let's see, another box I passed by because I didn't realize I could just open it with the screwdriver. And nothing. All right, and then what was this puzzle? An old watcher of the sea cursed the waters that ruined his eyes, so he played a trick on the ocean deep, the waves to fight and havoc wreak, and in doing that wrong, lost his soul's song. I'm confused.
Doesn't look right.
Okay, but it uses only 2... dolls. Oh. And that was it.
Need to find the key.
Sharp.
So where did the charm appear? Huh. Alright, I don't know. I guess that's going to be it for now. Next time, we're just going to continue with the story. Go to the police station, confront the FBC about Alan Wake. For now, though, got any suggestions for something to play next? Answers as to how I even got... Like, maybe I missed the way into the lighthouse? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.